Salve a tutti, oggi torniamo qua con un nuovo episodio su Alan Wake American Nightmare, col secondo episodio. Allora, ci eravamo lasciati che eravamo all'entrata dell'osservatorio, abbiamo le chiavi, quindi possiamo entrare tranquillamente. Qui dovrebbe esserci qualcosa, se me lo permettono. Ci dovrebbe essere qualcosa. E infatti qualcosa c'è.
As a storyteller, my first real love was crime. And it was in that genre that I finished my first novel, starring the perpetually miserable Alex Casey, whose entire life was a wound that never healed. The books sold as fast as they hit the shelves. I wrote 5 more Alex Casey books, and they all were bestsellers. I became rich. I became famous. Success brought pressure, and I didn't handle it very well.
Quindi lui non ha saputo gestire la pressione del successo.
Welcome back, listeners. As you know, I'm Eddie Rodman, and I'm still talking to old gods of Asgard, who are doing their big comeback tour. How's that been going for you? Odin?
Splendid! I'm having the time of my life. I didn't realize how much I'd missed that.
And what about you, Thor?
It's okay.
Well, this must bring back a lot of memories.
Oh, yeah. It's wonderful to be back on stage. If it wasn't for my knee, I'd feel like a young man again.
Well, speaking of that, I hate to keep harping on this age thing, but I gotta tell you, I've heard your new songs, guys, and you sound really good.
Thank you.
And this may be a touchy subject, but to be blunt, you really don't sound, old. I mean the difference between your speaking voice and your singing voice, it's pretty striking.
What the hell are you talking about? You saying it's not us singing on that record? What? What's he talking about?
No, I'm not saying that, guys, but I can't help noticing the difference.
Son, you're on thin ice. You calling me a liar?
Whoa, hey, let me just step in here for a moment, boys. Yeah, Eddie, they do sound different, but believe me, we're not talking Milli Vanilli here. These guys are the real deal. Why don't you come to the gig tomorrow night and see for yourself? Once they get on that stage, boom, things get real.
Really?
Believe me, they play like they're possessed. It's almost like magic. Look, you see my boys play, you see the old gods for real. These guys project a lot of power. They're not lightweights, you know what I'm saying?
All right, Barry, I'll see if I can make it. Now, let's take another quick break here, and after that, we'll play the new Old Gods of Asgard single. Don't you go away.
Ok. Allora, non so se bisogna passare di qua o di là. Però io nel dubbio ammazzo qualcuno, ecco, nel dubbio sì. E poi? Ah. E uno. E due. No. Due. Ok. Ho sbagliato. E tre. Erano tre, vero? Sì. No, non ne ho ancora di pagine. Me ne mancano ancora per sbloccarlo. Sembra l'11ª.
I've seen the enemy, and it's me. I faced dark horrors before, things that live in the unimaginable pressures of the world beyond our own. Sometimes they masquerade as humans. That's what ultimately lurks inside Mr. He's every mean-spirited tabloid story about me, an evil caricature, a creature formed in that vague territory of misconceptions, half-truths, and the dark imagination of people who heard a story about me. An urban legend made flesh, a serial killer, my dark half, brought to life by the power of Cauldron Lake.
C'è altro? No. A sto punto l'unica cosa che si può fare è andare su. Però qui non so se dobbiamo salire di qua o di qua. Perché qua c'era una pagina, se non ho visto male. È in affanno il nostro Alan, è in affanno. Eccola.
The pressure of success got to me. My wife Alice was the sole thing in my life that anchored me. Suddenly it wasn't enough. I couldn't write anymore. I distracted myself with wild parties and whatever trouble I could scare up. I wallowed in the drama of my life, sure that Alice would stick with me even though she didn't sign up to be the lifeline of a tortured artist. It was my dumb luck she's not the type to give up.
Oh cazzarola. Non me ne ero accorto. Ora me ne sono accorto, sì. Ora sì. Così dal nulla è spuntato il nemico. "40 pagine. Ma è normale questa cosa? Ne ho giusto 12. Non è normale. Proviamo un po' il... Ma c'avevo già il fucile a pompa? O erro? No. Qui c'è un'altra pagina. Me ne mancano 2.
The spiders aren't really the work of the enemy. They're a side effect. A part of the Dark Place's less significant fauna that has managed to slip through the opening I made when I arrived. Less an animal than an idea that has assumed the form of an animal. Makes them no less dangerous, but at least they're a little easier to deal with. The darkness doesn't protect them like the Taken, and thus they can be destroyed by either light or bullets right away.
È giunto il momento di entrare in questo posto molto simpatico. Posso?
Hello? I'm Dr. Rachel Meadows, and... Wait a moment, it's you! I can't believe you dare show your face around here again.
Ma non sono io, in realtà. Aiuto. Qui non c'entro niente. Niente. Sono accerchiato. Sono accerchiato. Ok, ce l'ho fatta. Sbaglio o han cavato quelli che ti lanciavano le armi addosso? Quelli secondo me erano i più forti.
Go away.
It wasn't me. I just look like him.
Are you serious? That's what you're going with?
Ah,
Please.
I'm trying to stop him. You saw those shadow things trying to kill me, right? I bet he got along with them just fine.
Yes. Yes, he did. All right. Come on in.
l'ho già convinta? Ci è voluto poco a convincere questa donna.
Hey, buddy. I figured I'd take a moment to talk to you. There's a party next door. I'm feeling pretty good right now. A little beer, a little fun, you know? It's nice. Listen, this whole thing between us, it's a little weird for me too, you know? I mean, we don't just look the same, there's a lot we share. I mean, up here. I know you, right? So I was thinking maybe we could... These guys are getting out of control. Look, I feel like we're both victims of circumstance here. And maybe we could make some kind of effort to...
Che fa?
Never mind.
Ecco. Te pareva? Me l'immaginavo. Non so perché. Cioè, oddio.
Just a moment, I'll send the lift down to
So
you.
perché.
I didn't
Ma
expect to see
dettagli.
anyone here tonight, but I'm relieved to see an actual person. That's assuming this isn't some kind of cruel trick on your part, of course.
Dov'è questo ascensore? Ah, cos'è di qua? Ah sì, è questo qui. Non l'avevo visto. So cieco io, mi sa.
Doctor, the man who looked like me, what did he want here?
There's a strange astronomical event happening right now. Something I can't begin to classify, but I think it's disabled our satellite. There's a very peculiar signal that we're receiving.
A signal. That's what I'm here for.
Well, so was he. But he didn't seem to understand it at all. He got very angry, sabotaged our imaging array, and now we're blind. I believe the event is still going on, but we can't pick it up.
Is there something we can do?
What he broke is essentially just a special camera, but we can't use the telescope without it. There's a replacement in my car. If you can get that to me, we're back in business.
Consider it done. Tell me more about the signal.
It's almost as if something's being transmitted to Night Springs. It's the strangest thing. It's quite elusive, almost as if it wasn't properly there. I don't know how to describe it.
So, what was the signal like?
I wish I knew. He appeared before I had a good fix on it. He was very pleasant when I was working, but when I isolated the signal, he suddenly forced me out of the control booth. He said it was none of my business. He seemed to change. Somehow he was very smooth and charming before that, but suddenly he became... I'm sorry. I'm not sure I want to talk about it.
I have to ask, do you always wear that to work?
I was at a party for a local art exhibition. Fascinating works. When I was called away by my assistant, Michael was the first to spot this event. I don't know where he is now, actually. He was supposed to bring us some food, but he never showed up.
Tell me about the event.
Oh, it's quite fascinating. It looks as if stars were changing, somehow. Or shifting positions. It isn't really happening, of course. Most likely it's caused by some kind of atmospheric refraction phenomenon. But I've never seen anything like it.
Did he hurt you?
No, he didn't quite threaten me exactly, but those shadowy things started to crawl into view, and whatever the signal was, he seemed to be extremely frustrated by it. He just started breaking things and left. I thought it best not to interfere.
You were lucky. He's done much worse.
Yes. He showed me a knife, and he kept talking. He enjoyed the sound of his own voice. A proper maniac. You really aren't anything like him, are you?
Direi di no.
Believe me, I try very hard not to be.
Ti pare? Niente, dobbiamo prendere la matrice di sensori, non dei sensori. È giusto? Di sensori? Non lo so. Non mi sembra molto corretto. Sì, sarà sicuramente dei sensori. Immagino. Qui dobbiamo uscire?
Good luck, and try to be careful. It's a very expensive part, and we don't have
Mi
a
sa di sì.
replacement. Oh dear, that sounded more callous than I intended. Be safe.
Dobbiamo uscire. Ma è una gioia, eh? Adesso verranno fuori tutti i mostri possibili e immaginabili. Sarebbe strano il contrario.
This must be your car.
E infatti. No, i ragni no, rega, però. Porcaccia miseria. I ragni non... no. No. Ah, basta la luce? Per i ragni? Sono così facili da uccidere? Vabbè, allora a posto. L'importante è che non siano troppo fastidiosi, perché non riesco veramente a sopportarli. Ma li mortacci vostra. Corri, corri. Ok, uno l'ho ucciso. Vabbè, gli altri non mi interessano. Ma aprimi! Perché non mi apri, maledetta? Che brutta persona, non mi apre. Ah, devo chiamarla. Ma è colpa mia, scusate, è colpa mia. È colpa mia. Non lo sapevo che dovevo chiamarla io, non ne avevo idea, quantomeno.
I found it.
Excellent. I'll operate the platform directly below the telescope so you can install the array. Don't worry.
Ah, ma
it's
tocca a
very
me?
easy. Have fun.
Ah, lo farò io. Anche se ho paura di quello che sta per accadere.
Brilliant, you've got it. I'll just run a quick diagnostic on it. Yes, it's in perfect order. All right, we're good to go. Let's take a look at the skies. Oh, bugger-it-all, we're overheating. I have to shut this down. There's a problem with the automated coolant system. Somebody just interrupted the flow.
So now what?
Well, you could go and open the secondary coolant flow valves manually. I know it's dangerous there, but, well,
Ecco,
I got it.
please come talk to me if you have questions.
torniamo giù. Dobbiamo aprire le valvole del refrigerante. Mai una fortuna comunque.
Just remember,
È incredibile.
you need to release all 3 valves. It doesn't matter what order you do it in.
Una l'ho già aperta. Intanto. Spero che non ci siano più ragni però, Me lo auguro quantomeno. È stanchissimo, è stanchissimo. Provato. Nemici. Ma porca. Ok. Che questa è andata. Copriamo la pagina.
I've carried a flashlight and a gun for so long that I feel naked without either. It's all too often that I need them. The darkness protects the taken. Shadows crawl over their forms like living things, protecting them from harm. Blows that would injure or kill a human outright mean nothing to them as long as the darkness persists. But light makes them vulnerable. Light burns the shadows away. The darkness that drives them is still in them, but now they're vulnerable. Flashlight and gun. Sometimes it feels they're all I have left.
Apriamo sta valvola. Ancora. Chi è? In teoria ce l'ho fatta. Non so come. Sembra che ci sia dell'altro in giro, però la musica continua. Però boh, non c'è nessun nemico. Boh, vabbè. O si è bloccato il gioco. No, qua ci sono i ragni. Apri, apri, apri.
Okay, that should do it.
Dovremmo esserci. Fortunatamente. Ecco. Mamma mia. Scusate, grazie. Gentilissima. Mi sta a fare delle cose assurde. Sta dottoressa.
I released all the valves, Doctor. Is it working?
Just bear with me a moment. Yes, I believe you've got it sorted.
Oh,
Working again. Nicely done.
sono contento.
That sounds like trouble. I don't think they're happy with our success.
Mi servono munizioni.
Out, they found a way in.
Ah, belli. Ah, belli.
Hold on a little longer. I've almost got it isolated.
Un altro. Poi? Basta?
Are you all right? That was
Eh.
close. I'm sighted in now. I still have no idea what I'm looking at, but it's very strange indeed. Oh, where are my manners? Please, come on up. I'm sorry, I was distracted.
Grazie, gentilissima. Dopo tutto quello che ho fatto per lei, mi sembra il minimo. Dai, saliamo. Mamma mia che fatica, oh. Eccoci.
Receiving the signal now.
Oh, yes, it's coming in loud and clear. It's amazing. I'm not sure what it is yet, let alone where it's coming from, but it's interacting with our system somehow, like it was intended for us. But I don't understand how that could be.
Maybe that's just how the story goes.
What?
Never mind. Is there a way I can hear it? Or however this is supposed to work?
I think the signal is incomplete somehow, but you should be getting a printout of it now.
What do you mean it's incomplete?
It's almost as if we're only getting a fragment of it.
I need the whole thing. This is important.
I'm sure it is, but this is all we're getting.
Did the man who looks like me get the whole thing?
He locked me out of the booth, so I have no way of knowing. But I can tell you that he didn't really seem to understand it.
So, what's in the sky?
It doesn't make any sense. The stars are just... they're wrong. I thought I'd be able to see something, but it's like I'm looking at a sky that's just... it's not the right sky. But that's impossible.
I consider myself a rational man, Doctor. But this isn't a thing you can measure or explain. I've seen impossible things that have taught me just to roll with some punches. It's either that, or go insane.
I find it disturbing that you sound like you're speaking from ample experience.
Turba anche a noi, turba anche a noi. Allora.
A printout of a signal. It too is a weapon created by the Champion of Light. In its words, stirs a new reality. But it is incomplete, and yet it provides a roadmap for the man to follow, a course that will lead him to a place where he may confront his enemy.
Quindi nuova zona? La butto lì, Direi di sì. Quantomeno. Drive-in di Night Springs, Arizona. Ok. Siamo arrivati.
The drive-in. Once the site of lurid celluloid fantasies, it's now the site of an art exhibition. And yet, it's the search for closure rather than culture that brings the Champion of Light here.
Esplora il drive-in. Siamo arrivati qua. Chi è che parla? Ah, lo sapevo che ci fosse. Sapevo che c'era una pagina. Lo sapevo.
My writer's block got worse. I didn't sleep much anymore. My life with Alice seemed like a constant fight. I was a wreck. Alice took steps. She booked a vacation in Bright Falls, a small town in Washington. It was supposed to be a chance to break out of the cycle I was in. She didn't know about the darkness in Cauldron Lake.
Comunque c'è qualcuno qua dentro perché sento delle voci.
Oh, it's you. That's fantastic.
Are you okay?
Go away. No, I want you. But you'll get angry if you're here. So, you gotta go. You know I'll do what you want.
Okay.
I love you so much. Did you know that love hurts? Are you gonna hurt me now? 'Cause you should.
Lady, you got darkness on the brain. I think I can help you if I can get the lights on in here.
You can't turn the power back on. It's not allowed. You said.
So, where shouldn't I go so I don't turn the power back on accidentally?
It's the big building on the other side of the drive-in, but it's locked.
Where's the key? Just so that
Che
I know
cavolo.
It's on the wall.
Ma che
next to the
cavolo vuol
cash
dire?
register. But you can't. You can't. Don't be bad.
Hey, no problem. I'm just gonna go do some other stuff. Scout's honor.
Parola di Dupetto. Oh santo Dio.
Just try to stay calm. I've seen this kind of thing before. I think you're gonna be okay.
Why is it
Ma la cosa
so
bella
hard
è:
to think?
dove sono le chiavi? Così evito di andarci. Ma perché? Ma che cosa vuol dire?
Remember when you were here before and you kissed me and then everything got all dark? That was the best.
Listen, this is very important. Where did I go? Can you tell me that?
Baby, you don't need to go anywhere. You're here now, and you're in my head. You should be in me. You should touch me again.
Not with a 10-foot pole, lady. Hey, Just in case there's a part of you in there that's freaking out right now, it's not your fault. I promise I'll do what I can to help you, okay?
I don't... Please go away.
Don't sweat it. I'm just saying that in case you really need to hear it, I've been there.
I think there are spiders in my eyes. I think you put them in me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go now.
Allora, armi, cioè munizioni, possono servire.
And we're back with Old Gods of Asgard and their manager, Barry Wheeler. Guys, you're on your comeback tour, and you're playing a lot of your classic material, but you've also got a new single out, right? How'd that come about? Was it hard to go back into the studio after such a long time?
Are you kidding me? They were chomping at the bit. They were just itching to stretch those creative muscles. Now, it had been a while because, you know, they spent a lot of time in,
Retirement. We were retired.
We were?
Yeah.
No. We were at the lodge, and we escaped.
We were at the retirement,
retirement thing.
yeah.
So, you know, really, once we got in the studio, things started happening. Now, the music has changed a little bit, and the boys were a little rusty, so it took us a while to find the right gear. But hey, once we got going, whew, boy, they kicked ass. And it's an awesome song. It's called Balance Slays the Demon, and seriously, I think it's their finest work. And hey, I should know, I produced it.
Giustamente.
Oh, really? I didn't know you were a producer.
Well, this was my first time. I mean, they needed a little bit of guidance, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, these guys are the best. But it's the 21st century, man. Things just sound a little different these days. So, you know, I kind of stepped in there, helped them make it sound all cool, kind of jazzed it up.
That sounds like a challenge.
Oh, no, it was really easy, man. I was just, you know, like, hey, give it a little zing, you know? Let's take it to another level so it really rips. You know, let's just throw some really sweet synths in. Like that, you know, just kicked it up a notch. But it's totally Old Gods.
Well, listeners, you can judge for yourselves. Here's Old Gods of Asgard and Balance Slays the Demon.
Oh, yeah.
Deep in the ocean of darkness, in the mirror of light, Balance becomes a stranger, and in your fantasies, he rides a storm on your peace.
No, non è la loro voce.
Beyond the shadow you settle for, there is a miracle illuminated. Deep in the ocean of darkness, in the mirror of light.
Chissà di chi è questa canzone, a parte gli scherzi. Vorrei saperlo.
The man has encountered this before. People whose integrity has been suborned by the insidious touch of the darkness. He has experienced it himself, but merciful light
Not good.
burned away the darkness in his brain.
No! Sono odiosi questi, sono odiosi. Sono veramente odiosi. Comunque, dobbiamo ripristinare l'alimentazione. 30 pagine. Noi abbiamo... Ma perché ci chiede sempre di più? Domanda. Prima ce ne chiedeva 40. Si vede che non ne stiamo trovando tante, perché se no...
Oh, look! Mr. Hero's here! You ready to save the day?
Eccolo. La vedo male. La vedo molto male. Sì, confermo che la vedo ancora peggio di prima. Beh, beh. Poteva andare decisamente peggio. Cioè, prima ce ne ha chieste 40, ora 30. Questa cosa non l'ho molto capita, eh. Siamo a 17.
It's been 2 years since I came here. Being that long without Alice breaks my heart. And I know it broke hers. I know she thinks I'm dead. How could I blame her for that? It would be a crime to pretend that she owes me anything. She took all the stupid, self-indulgent bullshit I brought into her life and still stood by me. Still loved me. It's no betrayal. But I'm a better person now than I used to be. I want to be that person with her.
Ci siamo quasi, in teoria. Dovrebbe essere là. Vabbè che c'è? La TV. Ok, è ufficialmente impazzito. Vabbè che anche prima lo era. Chi è? Scena abbastanza patetica. Oddio, vabbè. Detto ciò, direi che... Dove cavolo stanno i proiettili? Ah, di qua. Ok. Trovati. Direi che possiamo andare avanti, eh. Dopo questa bellissima cosa. Ma per scendere? Non dirmi che ho sbagliato. Ho sbagliato, ma porca. Ho sbagliato posto su... Ho sbagliato posto. Vabbè. Sono cose che possono capitare. Oh, eccoci.
You are gonna shit yourself when you realize what I have done. Shut up!
Ora siamo veramente vicini. Ora sì, ora sì. Questo immagino che si sblocca a 200 pagine sbloccate. No, vabbè, 20 pagine. 17. Vabbè, ma non mi basteranno mai. Ho sbloccato giusto il primo per miracolo. E poi basta. E che forse dovrei esplorare di più. Mi sto perdendo un sacco di cose? Può essere, può essere. Esploriamo un po' di più. Ecco, non c'è niente, perfetto. Che schivata. Non so come ho fatto, però l'ho schivata. Oh, qua c'è qualcosa. Però non basta, non basta. Allora, 18.
Alice, my wife. The best thing that ever happened to me. She smiles and the darkness lifts. For her, I've tried things I otherwise never would. I've never really minded if it's made me feel like a fool. She's a photographer, and the world she sees through her lenses is unique and beautiful. She has the vision. She sees things others don't and knows how to make them visible to everybody. She did it with me, too. She teased out things I was only vaguely aware of. She always saw me in the best possible light.
Qua dentro bisogna andare? Giusto? Speriamo. Strano che non ci siano nemici.
Okay, I should be able to figure this out.
No, aspetta. Ah, ecco. Così va meglio. Usciamo velocemente. Come si esce da questo posto? Ah, di là! Ma porca. Non ci avevo fatto caso. E poi di qua? Tutto molto bello, ma... Ah, di qua? Ok, siamo usciti. Però...
You have no idea how badly you're screwed. It's gonna be a blast to watch you find out. Don't want to get hit by those.
Coso? Oh cavolo. Che schivata. Dobbiamo solo salire. Dobbiamo solo salire. Dov'è? Vabbè, io faccio finta di niente e vado avanti. Tanto non penso che sia un grosso problema. Però Alan, non stancarti, ti prego. Non fare... niente.
Wait.
spettacolo. Bene, ottimo. Stanno finendo le munizioni, ma sono piccoli dettagli poco importanti al momento.
Smell you. No, don't. Oh, it's not. It's you. Did you help me?
Direi.
Looks like you're feeling better now.
Yes, I am. Thank you so much. I don't know what happened. There was this guy.
Before you say anything, I know I look like him, but I'm not.
Don't worry. You just don't feel anything like he does. He was in my head. I feel like I need to take 50 showers.
Where is he?
That asshole wanted to get into the projector booth. He was talking about fixing things so the sun never comes up. God, it didn't seem that weird when he was saying it. It sounded really good at the time.
You weren't yourself. The projector booth. That sounds about right. I need to get in there.
I have the access code for the door. Here.
Dov'è?
Thanks.
I'm just glad you showed up.
Dov'è il
He
codice?
said he'd be back after he'd arranged for some security.
Do you feel up to telling me what's going on here?
We have an art exhibition here, supposed to open tomorrow. I'm the curator. My name's Serena Valdivia.
Alan Wake.
Holy shit, it is you. I've seen you on the big screen. I know your wife.
You know Alice? Wait. Big screen.
Yeah, we have a film from her here. What the hell happened to you?
Getting back to Alice.
Oh, God, yeah, sorry. It's quite a coincidence that you're here. She made this short film. She shot it years ago. You're in it. It's a part of the exhibition.
I'm in a film?
Yeah, it's like... it's just footage she shot of you at some point, but she turned it into this thing. It's, almost like a memorial of sorts, because, you're supposed to be dead, or something.
Uh-huh. How's Alice? Is she all right?
She's okay, I guess, all things considered. I know her pretty well. You're really Alan? I can't believe you're here. Nobody knows what happened to you. But there are people who say they've seen you.
That wasn't me. He just looks the same. Like,
Yeah, but that guy's a lot more slimy. The thought of him makes me... I hate him, but there's something about him, God, he's so creepy. Anyway, you're not like him. At all. I hope you can stop him.
Bene. Bene, oddio, mica tanto. Ok. Dobbiamo entrare nel locale di proiezione.
That's the security system? I guess it was too much to hope for an alarm and a fat rent-a-car.
Ma che diavolo sta succedendo? Ok, questa l'ho fatta. Ne mancano altre due. Ne manca un'altra e poi ci siamo. T'ho schivato, bello. Ok, non so come ho fatto, ma ce l'ho fatta. E questo era l'importante. E questo era l'importante. Ok. Entriamo.
The Champion of Light can feel the fragment of the signal in his pocket. The weapon that can change what will be. It's incomplete, but it's all he has.
Era sera tardi, l'estate stava volgendo al termine. Ok. La data l'ho cambiata. C'è altro da fare qua. Era sera tardi. Direi che così va meglio, eh.
Oh, hell, this isn't going right.
Che è successo?
You've been up to something, haven't you? Too bad it's not gonna do any good. I'm a better you than you ever will be, and I've got all the time in the world. Everything you've got's going to be mine. Your life. Your wife! What are you gonna do about it? The sun's never coming up now. I can keep this up forever. Show yourself! Whatever you say, buddy.
Mamma mia. Di nuovo. Uguale a prima. Ma è sempre così?
The rush of darkness is unstoppable. Time itself twists and tears, sweeping the Champion of Light back with its dark currents. Again, he enters the world, but now he sees the trap for what it is. A maze that loops back into itself.
Ancora.
Here again. They sent me back.
Ma che diavolo. Ancora qua. Ragazzi, io per il momento direi che mi fermo qui. È tutto per questo secondo episodio. Vi ricordo il link in descrizione per supportare il canale e noi ci becchiamo ad un prossimo video. Ciao ragazzi.